Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another PFL fight prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the full card of fights for PFL Dubai Nurmagomedov versus Davis. So without further ado, let's get to our first fight on the card. So the first fight, we got Hader Khan versus Johnny Gregory. Don't know these guys, don't really care too much. Like, these guys should win here. And I'm not going to try to go into detail or do any extra research on the fight I really don't care about. So, Hader Khan decision. Not even going to beat around the bush. Zero confidence, zero care. Like they keep adding fighters to this card, if anything. Another fight, zero care. Khabib Nabiev versus Ahmed Sami. Decision, why not? Who cares? Denise Kielholtz versus Antonia Silvanete. Women's flyweight. I'll go low confidence Denise Kielholtz to beat Antonia Silvanete. Silvanete probably a well-rounded fighter, but not particularly stand out anywhere. Kielholtz has a decorated kickboxing background. And I just don't think, I don't think Silvanete has fought the greatest competition. And I don't think she has as strong a grappling advantage as she would need, I think, in this fight. So I think Kielholtz should be able to address the grappling, be the better striker, and beat Silvanete via decision here. So in this one, I got Denise Kielholtz via decision. Next fight, we got in the featherweight division, we got Renat Kavalov versus Edgar Skivers. And how do I feel about this one right here? I'll go average confidence, Renat Kavalov to beat Edgar Skivers. Skivers a tough, scrappy fighter, but I don't think he's going to really have anything. I just don't think his skills are on the level of Kavalov. Maybe pure striking, there might be a little bit there in a pure striking battle, which obviously not going to happen. But even then, I feel like Kavalov could beat him in the striking battle. He could definitely beat him in the grappling battle. And overall, he'll definitely beat him here. But I think Skivers will be tough. But that's about it. I think Kavalov dominates this fight to a decision victory. So in this one, I have Renat Kavalov via decision. Now to our next fight, we have in the bantamweight division, we got Taylor Lopulus versus Kasum Kazumov. And how do I feel about this one right here? Yeah, average confidence Taylor Lopulus to beat Kasum Kazumov. So I got to slow it down a bit. I'm kind of rambling in here. I'm not trying to do that. But yeah, Lopulus average confidence here. Kazum Kazumov, pretty one-dimensional fighter and not even that great in that one dimension, especially at the level that Lopulus is at. Maybe the level that he was fighting at before, that was enough for him. But at the level that he has to be at, where he's fighting Lopulus with the experience that Lopulus has had inside the UFC and outside the UFC, and at championship levels outside the UFC, yeah, I don't think he'll be able to. I think Lopulus will be able to address the grappling, then just be the much sharper fighter on the street. I say on the street, the much sharper fighter on the feet. So I think Lopulus will be able to address the grappling, be the sharper striker on the feet, and be able to beat Kazumov to a decision. I think he can even have grappling success here, after he lands damage and wears down Kazumov. But mostly just more so using his solid takedown defense to keep us on the feet, beat a sharper striker, and beat him by decision. Also that experience as well, all that coming into effect, and Lopulus getting his hand raised in a decision victory. So in this one, I got Taylor Lopulus via decision. Now to the next fight, we have in the light heavyweight division, we got Luke Trainer versus Rob Wilkinson. And how do I feel about this one right here? I'll go low confidence Luke Trainer to beat Rob Wilkinson. So Wilkinson has a wealth of experience. Former PFL tournament champion, still a good age, 33 years old, 6'3", good frame, 80-inch reach. Pretty solid fighter, but coming off a knockout loss is not a good look. Going over Luke Trainer, who's a solid young up and coming fighter, or fighter on the rise, 6'6", got a 3-inch height advantage, 1-inch reach advantage, finishing upside as well. I think Luke Trainer will be able to use that length. I don't think Wilkinson ever was the guy that, took damage the best. Like I said, he was evolved over time. Like, his durability definitely went up. His striking definitely, I'm saying like it's a video game. His striking definitely got a lot better. His defense got a lot better than what it was, but still, defensively and durability, he's not the most durable fighter or the best defensively. And I think Luke Trainer with his length, his striking ability, I think he'll be able to push the action on Rob Wilkinson, a fighter coming off a knockout loss. And I think Wilkinson never really been the most durable fighter, never really having the best defense, and now coming off a knockout loss and going there with a young, hungry fighter like Luke Trainer who's looking to rise. I think this is a fight for Luke Trainer to win, come out there and win. I think he'll be Wilkinson's not even, Trainer's not even a fighter that's just a pure striker. He could grapple as well. He could strike. He's a full package. So I feel like he'll be able to address the grappling Wilkinson and press the action, press the issue on Wilkinson, and I think he gets him out of there via TKO in the second round. So in this one, I got Luke Trainer via second round TKO. Now to the next fight, we have in the lightweight division, we got Amin Ayub versus Makaship Zanukov. And how do I feel about this one right here? I'll go low confidence Makaship Zanunkov to beat Amin Ayub. And Ayub definitely has more experience, definitely a solid fighter, but I don't think he'll be able to address the grappling of Zanunkov. I think this is a close competitive scrap, but Zanunkov wins the decision. And really the most impressive thing either guy has done in either of their careers is that Zanunkov, had a pure grappling battle with Arman Suyakaran, who's been on tear, submitting people, dominating people in grappling, and he had a competitive scrap that went the distance. Very close competitive grappling scrap with Arman, who's on a tear right now. As big as he's ever been, as strong as he's ever been, as much of a monster as he's ever been, Arman right now, pure grappling. And he more than held his own with him there. And Ayub is never going to be on that level at all. Like, Ayub's cool and all, but this guy probably peak of his ability, probably like a top 30 lightweight at best. Not to say that Zanunkov, well, matter of fact, even this is kind of crazy. I think top 50 lightweight, UFC level top 50, Zanunkov might be top 30. Maybe top 25 at peak. But yeah, not these guys. I'm not super impressed with either of these guys, particularly as far as their upside in their careers. But Zanunkov going and having a good competitive scrap with Arman and grappling, that just says a lot, especially with how good Arman has been looking lately. So I think Zanukhov's grappling will be too much for Ayub. Still a competitive scrap, but Zanukhov's grappling being too much, and he gets a decision victory here. So in this one, I got Makaship Zanunkov via decision. Next, we have in the lightweight division, we got Nurmagomedov versus Colton England. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'll go average confidence Nurmagomedov to beat Colton England. England, tough and scrappy, but that's about it. Nurmagomedov should be the better fighter overall. See him getting a decision victory. Nothing more needs to be said. Next fight, we got in the welterweight division, we got Abduragimov versus Kennedy St. Louis. And I'll go low confidence Abduragimov to beat Lewis. Lewis is like that fighter that could definitely spoil his underdog a lot of time. Like, when you count him out, he comes through. When you pick him, he loses. He's that type of, like, inconsistent type fighter. Like, has the skills, has the build, but does not have the consistency. And Abduragimov has really, in my honest opinion, never had an impressive performance. He had a little bit of hype behind him for whatever reason, the lazy king. But when I watch his performance in level competition, nothing he has done in his career has been impressive to me at all. And I don't think nothing he'll ever do in his career will be impressive to me. Now, I'm just being bluntly honest. But he should be able to beat Kennedy St. Louis. Should be the better overall fighter. When his striking's not going, if the striking's not going away, he should be able to grapple. If the grappling's a little tough, he should be able to strike. Mix up well. And hit, like, again, he should be the fighter that should better be able to mix it up and have success here. Could see a stoppage here for Abduragimov, but again, he never really impressed me. And even if he does get a stoppage, it's not going to impress me. But I lean more to really another lackluster decision for Abduragimov here. Again, mixing it up, get a decision victory. Not looking the sharpest on the feet, not looking the sharpest in the grappling, but doing a good job of mixing up and doing what he needs to do to win here. And yeah, nothing more needs to be said. That's what I think happens. He'll do a better job mixing up. He'll be a better overall fighter. He'll clearly win this one, I think. But nothing he shows here is going to look particularly impressive as far as, like, looking at a fighter that can. When you look at a fighter like, can this guy really fight at elite level UFC? Can this guy be a UFC level fighter? Can this guy be a PFL champion? Even a PFL champion, like, I can't really see it. But yeah, Abduragimov via decision. Next one we have in the featherweight division, we got Jesus Pinedo versus Salamat Isbulayev. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'll go low confidence Jesus Pinedo to beat Salamat Isbulayev. Yeah, Isbulayev a solid fighter, but I just don't feel like his level of competition has, it's all that proven. Like, he has seemed like a solid well-rounded fighter, but this is a big step up, and I think Jesus Pinedo should be able to beat him, address the grappling, beat a sharper striker, use his experience here to get a decision victory over Isbulayev. But yeah, it's definitely a tough scrap, and also a good test. Like, we'll see where Isbulayev is here. I can't really feel like put him in a place just yet, Isbulayev, but this is a big test, and this will, if he pulls it through, this guy jumps right into the right into the picture. He has a good showing, he's right into the picture. But yeah, I think he'll be right in the picture though. But I don't think he'll be able to pass the test, or at least as far as winning the test. Like, even if coming up short in the decision victory here will be passing the test. But yeah, I'm yapping too much. But yeah, mainly just Pinedo, just the resume. It's like a solid fighter, but I can't really get behind his resume just yet. I need to see more from him. I need to see him fight at this level, and this is a huge step up. So I got to go Pinedo here by decision. So in this one, Jesus Pinedo via decision. Now to our next fight we have in the heavyweight division. We got Puya Ramani versus Carl Williams. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'll go average confidence. Puya Ramani to beat Carl Williams. And yeah, Carl Williams actually had a lot of potential, and maybe still has a lot of potential. But if you're not going to fully maximize your potential or fully reach for it, who else is going to do it for you if you're not going to do it for yourself? That's why I just feel about Williams. Solid wrestling background, solid strength, solid striking to build upon. He got a solid base to build around. Like he could prove upon his wrestling, he could prove upon his overall game, but it seemed like he kind of stuck. That's what I see. I just got stuck and mentally not the strongest. Puya Ramani, I was estimated definitely the better submission grappler. Williams may be the better wrestler, but even then I can't say that. I would say Ramani is just the better overall grappler here. And we never really seen Williams dominating the grappling department yet, but this might be the fight. On the feet, I just feel like, again, Williams might be the more experienced striker, but I feel like Ramani, again, it's the mental tough. Like, you could be the more technical striker, and the guy that's being more aggressive, willing to take the shot to come forward and just, make it a little bit uglier if he needs to. And Ramani I feel can have that success on the feet as well. But ultimately, I just feel like Ramani has the better mental capacity right now, better momentum, and clearly seeing growth in his overall skill set. So I just think poor Ramani going to press the pace on Williams. I'll work him, I'll hustle him, land the shots on the feet, get him to the ground, break him down, and submit him late in the second round. So in this one, I got Puya Ramani via second round submission. Now to our next fight, we have in our co-main event, we have in the welterweight division for the PFL vacant welterweight championship, we got Ramazan Nurmagomedov versus Shamil Musayev. So you got the former Bellator champion, welterweight champion versus the last PFL tournament champion, Shamil Musayev. So yeah, good matchup here. I'll go average confidence Shamil Musayev to beat Ramazan Nurmagomedov. Firstly, I will say Nurmagomedov has a very good shot here, and I think it highly relies upon the kicking game of Nurmagomedov. If he's able to get the kicking game, particularly the leg kicking game, going and early, this could be his fight. But outside that, I don't really see it. I feel like Shamil Musayev might not be the more technical striker, but he's the more dangerous striker, much more explosive with his strikes, much more power, much more finishing upside overall as a fighter. And I think he has better cardio as well, better wrestling. But Nurmagomedov is the more technical striker, and he definitely has the better kicks. That's what I would say. But yeah, that's what I would say. So Shamil Musayev already has like kind of sloppy footwork. He crosses his feet a lot. He just there, relying on his power overall. But the striking technique can be a lot better. The footwork is disgustingly bad, but he makes it work. So if Nurmagomedov can interrogate those legs, inside leg kick, chew him up, and already, compromise the already kind of questionable footwork, then he has a path to victory. But I don't see that. I feel like Shamil Musayev is the much faster fighter, much more explosive fighter, better cardio, and it could be to close that gap, close the kicking range, land big shots on Nurmagomedov. And also Nurmagomedov's last fight, he's typically been a guy going for wrestling, going for the takedowns, initiating that, mixing it up, been a guy that mixed it up. But the one time he was mixed up on, like, we saw him just fade poorly in that fight. So I can see Musayev mixing in the takedowns, heavy with the forward pressure, heavy with the strikes, looking to mix it up on Nurmagomedov and wear him down. And if he looked as bad, in the fourth and fifth as he did in his last fight, or if he looks how he looked in the fourth and fifth at any point in this fight, whether it be first, second, third, fourth, or fifth round, Musayev's going to put him away. Like, you just there, just surviving, not much in the gas tank, just stepping in the bottom position. Musayev's going to be blasting with shots to your rib, to your side, finding little shots to the side of your head. He's going to be looking for a finish. Like, he's not going to be there just holding you there. He's going to be dropping bombs, dealing damage, and get you out of there. But I think Nurmagomedov has a good fight. But I feel like the stuff that showed in his last fight is going to show once again. Probably competitive first couple rounds, maybe competitive first 2 rounds. But I'm going to say first 2 rounds. But I feel like ultimately Musayev puts him away in the third. I think competitive first 2 rounds. But Shamil's pressure and his power is going to start to wear on Nurmagomedov. I do think Shamil's going to start mixing takedowns as well. And all of that's going to wear on Nurmagomedov. And then he's just going to be kind of in that little survival mode. And Shamil's going to fully see that, fully capitalize on it, really start to look and pursue the finish. And Nurmagomedov is not going to have nothing to tank. and it's going to get put away mid to late third round. So in this one, I have Shamil Musayev via third round TKO. Now to our main event. We have in the lightweight division for the PFL lightweight championship, we have Usman Nurmagomedov versus Alfie Davis. And how do I feel about this one right here? Is I'll go average confidence Usman Nurmagomedov to beat Alfie Davis. So yeah, Alfie Davis purely striking, he might be the better pure striker. But even then, I don't really see that. I feel like Nurmagomedov could win the pure striking battle. He definitely could win the grappling battle. I don't feel like Alfie Davis won his last fight. He did a great job his last fight, but I don't even feel like he won his last fight. But yeah, I think Usman will have the better experience, have the better cardio, better overall game. I think he'll be able to pick the strikes well, and then close the range well. It's not like he's a guy that's like a little short, stocky wrestler looking for overhand. Like Usman is primarily a striker. Again, I think he could purely beat Alfie Davis in pure striking battle. But yeah, like I think he could put the icing on top with the wrestling. Like he's not gonna be so telegraphed to go out there chasing for a takedown and run to a spinning elbow or nothing like that, or a spinning kick. Like I said, he's gonna be able to land kicks on Davis as well and mix in the feints as well of the takedowns. And then come with shots over the top, come with shots down the middle, come with his own kicks to the inside, to the body, his own spinning back kicks. I just flat out think he's just gonna be the better overall fighter. I do think that Davis makes this a competitive scrap. I think this goes a distance, but I think Nurmagomedov's able to win. Not matches, but he's able to win rounds purely in the striking, and also I think he'll be able to mix in the grappling. When it's necessary, and even when it's not necessary, it's mixing and grappling smartly, not telegraph it, but mixing it very smooth at times, whether he's winning the round or not, just to give Davis something different to look about. Something to think about. My brain's obviously fried, and my computer screen's fried too, so that's frying me even more. But yeah, y'all might not be sitting on y'all end, but my monitor fell, so yeah. But yeah. Usman's a better overall fighter. I think he can win a pure striking battle, but also he can mix up as well. And if he needs to mix up, I think he'll be able to have success there and ultimately win a clear decision over Davis. Competitive scrap, but Nurmagomedov winning clear and showing levels in this fight. So in this fight, I have Usman Nurmagomedov via decision. And so that concludes my fight predictions for the full card of fights for PFL Dubai, Nurmagomedov versus Davis. And as always, thanks for watching. Peace.